For thousands of years, the galaxy believed that humans were nothing more than an old bedtime story. Every species had heard the tale, how a strange race called humans once walked a small blue planet called Earth, and how they suddenly vanished without leaving a trace. Over time, the story turned into a joke, a legend, a fairy tale told to younglings to make them sleep. But on this quiet day, something changed. A research outpost on the far edge of Council space picked up an energy signature that should not have existed. The signal was sharp, powerful, and old, almost ancient. The lead scientist, a calm four-armed Sorix named Colin, stared at the screen with a frozen expression. The readings were clear. The signature matched the long-forgotten myth. Human technology. His team laughed nervously, but Colin didn't. The numbers were too perfect, too exact. He ordered deeper scans. Moments later, the outpost's long-range sensors detected a massive object drifting inside a nearby asteroid belt. It had no identification, no transponder, no engine trail, just silence. At first, they thought it was a dead ship. Then the object moved, slowly, silently, like a predator stretching after a long sleep. The outpost sent a drone toward it. The screen showed the drone sliding through the dark rocks until a shadow covered it. A single frame caught the impossible. Sharp metal, smooth hull, purple glow. Then the feed went black. The last recorded audio was a whisper from the drone's sensor AI. Unknown warship closing fast. Panic spread through the outpost. Alarms echoed through every corridor. Colin tried to send a warning to the Galactic Council, but the transmission cut halfway. Something ancient was awake. Something the galaxy believed was a myth. Humanity might have returned. The Galactic Council did not believe the warning at first. Half of Colin's final message arrived, filled with static and fear. But even that was enough to unsettle the commanders. A lost outpost, a destroyed drone, and a moving object with no identity. None of it fit normal patterns. Still, most council members assumed it was a pirate trap or a malfunction. Only Admiral Serox, an old veteran, felt something colder. He remembered the stories. He remembered the word human. So, against the council's doubts, Serox sent 12 elite warships to the border system. Their mission was simple: investigate, confirm, and return. But deep inside, Serox knew this could be something else, something old. When the fleet arrived near the asteroid belt, everything felt wrong. Space was too quiet, too still. No radio signals, no energy signatures, just a heavy silence that pressed against their hulls. Then the sensors beeped. A single massive object appeared on the scanners, sitting perfectly between drifting rocks. It looked like a ship, but no ship in the galaxy had that shape. Its surface was dark metal, smooth like polished stone, with no markings or lights. It could have been dead, except it wasn't. As the fleet approached, the silent vessel slowly turned, aligning itself with unnatural precision. A wave of pressure rippled through every alien ship. Engines flickered. Screens dimmed. The unknown vessel was scanning them, but its scan felt ancient, too advanced, too sharp. Captain Theros of the lead ship tried to make contact. "This is the Council fleet. Identify yourself." For 5 seconds, nothing. Then the dark ship's hull lit up with a purple glow from deep within. A single word appeared on every screen, written in an unknown language but somehow understood by all. Identify. Suddenly, fear spread like fire. Something was watching them. Something awake. Something human. The alien fleet froze as a glowing word, identify, burned across every screen. It wasn't a threat. It wasn't even a command. It felt more like a test, quiet, controlled, almost patient. That alone terrified the commanders. Captain Theros swallowed hard. "Send reply," he whispered. But before the message was transmitted, the unknown ship moved again. This time, it shifted with impossible elegance. No engine flare, no visible thrust. It simply glided through the asteroid belt like gravity itself was obeying its will. The alien sensors struggled to lock onto it, failing again and again. Every reading came back the same. Unknown technology, beyond classification. Then, without warning, space shimmered. A ripple spread across the stars, gentle at first, then sharp. One by one, shapes appeared, 5 massive vessels, each bigger than the Council's strongest dreadnought. They materialized with a soft hum, as if they had always been there, simply choosing to reveal themselves now. The alien fleet panicked. Multiple contacts. Unknown signatures. Quantum displacement detected. Admiral Serox felt the air leave his lungs. The new ships were silent, dark, and elegant. Their hulls were black metal with faint silver lines glowing like veins. No banners. No insignias. But each ship radiated power. Old power, ancient power. Then a message arrived. Not through radio. Not through quantum relay. It arrived directly inside every mind on the bridge. A calm human voice spoke, clear and steady. We have returned. The aliens stared at each other in horror. No species could communicate like that. No species could hide ships of that size. No species could ignore the laws of physics so casually, except one. The myth was no longer a myth. Humanity was real, and they were here. The alien fleet had faced pirates, rogue machines, and even rogue stars, but nothing prepared them for the silent formation now standing before them. 6 human warships drifted in perfect alignment, their black hulls absorbing light, their faint silver veins glowing like ancient runes. Admiral Serox felt the weight of history pressing on his chest. So the legends were true, he whispered. But the galaxy had one more terrible truth to learn. The humans moved first, not with a warning, not with violence, but with precision. A pulse of invisible energy swept across the battlefield. Every alien ship shook. Screens flickered. Engines stuttered. It was not an attack, just a demonstration. A simple reminder of what humanity could do. Panic spread through the alien fleet. Raise shields. Weapons online. Formed offensive. Too late. The human flagship tilted slightly, almost casually. Its underbelly lit up with a violet glow. In a single moment, thousands of alien targeting systems locked onto it, and all failed. The aliens fired first, missiles, plasma bursts, rail rounds. A wall of light-filled space. The human ships didn't move. The attacks hit their shields and vanished, absorbed like drops of rain hitting deep water. No explosion, no flare, just silence. Then humanity answered. A thin beam of purple light shot from the flagship. It didn't explode or burn. It simply touched the alien lead ship, and every system inside it shut down instantly. Engines offline, weapons offline, entire ship drifting powerless. One by one, humans disabled the entire fleet with surgical strikes. No deaths, no wreckage, no unnecessary destruction. It was domination, clean, precise, terrifying. Within 90 seconds, the galaxy's proud war fleet was helpless. The humans hadn't come to fight. They had come to prove a point. And everyone watching understood. Humanity was stronger than the stories. Silence filled the battlefield. For the first time in their lives, the alien commanders had no control, no weapons, and no hope. Their ships drifted like dead leaves in a quiet ocean, helpless under the gaze of the 6 human warships. Admiral Serox tried to speak, but fear closed his throat. He finally forced out a whisper, "What do you want?" The answer came instantly, spoken not through speakers, but directly in every mind once again, clear and steady. "We want peace, but peace has a price." The bridge crew looked at each other in confusion and fear. Peace? From a species that could disable the strongest fleet in seconds? The human flagship moved closer, its glowing veins pulsing like a heartbeat. A calm male voice continued. "We left the galaxy because we grew tired of war. We vanished because we wanted silence. But you expanded into our old territories. You touched what was not yours." A map appeared on every alien screen. Ancient star systems, now dark and abandoned, marked with the symbol of Earth. Most aliens had never seen the symbol before. A simple blue-white circle with a single human silhouette. Serox spoke softly. "We did not know. We thought Earth was a myth." The voice replied with quiet disappointment. "You believed we were gone. That made you careless. The human ship's energy signature rose, not aggressively, but like a rising tide. Listen carefully, the voice said. We are not your enemy, but we will defend what is ours. Leave our systems. Do not test our patience again. The alien captains felt the warning deep inside their bones. This was not a threat. This was a boundary. Humanity had returned, not to conquer, but to remind the galaxy that legends are born from truth. The alien ships drifted in silence, still powerless, still shaken. The human fleet hovered above them like ancient guardians, calm, steady, unchallenged. For the aliens, the battlefield no longer felt like space. It felt like standing inside a legend. Admiral Serox finally found his voice. What will you do now? He asked softly. The answer came with quiet confidence. We will go home. With those 4 words, the human warships began to move. Their hulls glowed brighter, silver lines pulsing like veins of living light. Space bent around them as if reality itself made room. One by one, the massive ships turned toward the core systems, toward the place they had abandoned long ago. A soft ripple spread across the void as the human fleet activated their jump engines. No roar, no flash, just a graceful distortion, like the universe inhaled for a moment. Then they vanished. The aliens watched the empty space in awe. The fear remained, but something else settled in their hearts. Respect. They had seen real power, not the brutal kind, but the kind that came from perfect control. A power so confident, it didn't need destruction to prove itself. Across the galaxy, news spread like wildfire. Humans are real. Humans have returned. Earth is no longer a myth. Many species trembled. Others prayed. Some prepared defenses. But most simply stared at the stars, wondering what humanity's return truly meant for the future. Far away, deep in the core of the galaxy, the human fleet emerged near a bright blue planet. Oceans shimmered. Clouds swirled. Continents glowed under sunlight. Earth. The flagship sent one final message to all listening systems. We are home, and we will protect our own. The legend was no longer a story. Humanity had stepped back into the galaxy, stronger, wiser, unstoppable.